So you're thinking about starting on YouTube and you have no idea where to begin. Well, these are the steps that I took to start. I'm going to be covering things like all the starting items that you don't necessarily need, but they make a huge difference. Even YouTube channels that I watch that helped me a ton. The first step that I took was getting a video editing program. Now, the one that I chose was Filmora, and that's no specific reason besides the fact that I've used it in the past and it was something that I was going to be familiar with and I wouldn't have to start from the very beginning learning. And since the first time that I've used that program, they've added a ton of features in that have saved me a ton of time and also helped me not burn out. I'll most likely make a video on some of the things that I do when editing on Filmora in the future, depending on the feedback I get. So let me know down below. The second priority I made was audio. Now, I opted to grab a wired aux mic, and then once I received it in the mail, I realized my phone doesn't actually have an aux port. But you know, we roll with the punches here. Now, I headed out and I grabbed an aux to USB-C type adapter. You have to make sure it's one that fits with your phone. Now, the wired mic that I chose was mainly based on price. I didn't want to drop a ton of money, and it was also highly reviewed, and it's made a ton of difference. And the adapter that I purchased was roughly the same price as what I spent on the mic anyway. Now, I've included most of the Amazon links in the description if you want to check them out and possibly get some for yourself. They are great starting items. Thirdly, which is another item, is a tripod stand. Now, I've got one that holds my phone in place, and I can switch it from whatever angle I want, depending if I'm filming short or long form content. And I also have another tripod for my ring light camera, so I can position it perfectly. I do prop my phone camera up on some storage boxes, so sometimes you do need to get creative. When I purchased the ring light, I didn't think it was gonna make that much of a difference, but it definitely increases the quality, and I'll give you an example right now. And the fourth stage, which I have been doing from step one, is learning. Watching channels like vidIQ or Think Media, they basically cover everything that you need to know in regards to starting a YouTube channel. Thinking of topics, items you need, how to set your studio up. Grab a pen and paper and take notes from them. It'll help a ton. And if you're stuck at any stage, turn on a how-to video in whatever problem you have, and you'll probably get inspiration from it and solve the problem at the same time. And the fifth and final stage for me is a three-parter. Writing down your script, editing videos, and then posting to YouTube. Now, writing scripts is more like a guideline to me, just so I get across the main points that I want in the video. Some people might argue with this, but I would say the funnest part is editing the video. And that's because you get to see the lessons you've learned in practical use. And the final part is posting, making sure your description is on point, you've got your tags in place, and you've put your video in the best position to get as much reach as possible. And then just close your eyes and click publish. Now, these are the main steps that I took to start creating these first YouTube videos. And now the main thing I'm going to do is try to improve with each and every one. And if you've got any feedback, I'd love to hear it in the comments below. I appreciate you watching the video this far. If you want, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.